The tragic death of Matthew Vogel unfolded within the walls of the South Central Correctional Facility. This facility is located in Tennessee. His death occurred just one day before he was scheduled to be released. He was on the cusp of returning to his life outside. Vogel was allegedly murdered by his cellmate. This incident raises serious questions about inmate placement and safety protocols. Cellmate was reportedly serving multiple life sentences for murder. This history highlights the potential risks involved in housing assignments. Vogel's family has since filed a lawsuit against CoreCivic. CoreCivic is the private company operating the facility. The lawsuit alleges that negligence on the part of CoreCivic contributed directly to Vogel's death. They claim systemic failures were at play. Allegations within the lawsuit point to severe cost-cutting measures and chronic understaffing. These practices are claimed to compromise safety. The family claims inadequate security measures allowed the fatal attack to occur. They argue better oversight could have prevented the tragedy. CoreCivic disputes the lawsuit's specific claims regarding staffing levels at the time of the incident. They maintain their staffing was appropriate. CoreCivic states that alterations to inmate housing are made based on individual circumstances and security assessments. They follow established procedures. CoreCivic acknowledges that inmate deaths, while deeply unwanted, do unfortunately happen within correctional facilities. This is a reality of the environment. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. CoreCivic stands as the largest private prison operator in the United States. Its operations span numerous states and facility types. The company is currently facing intense scrutiny. This is due to the Matthew Vogel case and broader concerns about its operational practices. CoreCivic is positioned to potentially benefit significantly from the Trump administration's stated intention to reestablish and expand private prison contracts. This represents a potential growth area. CoreCivic has actively lobbied government entities for an increased role in detention efforts. This includes both criminal justice and immigration detention. The company frequently touts its ability to build and operate prisons faster and cheaper than government agencies. This is a key part of their business model. CoreCivic states it partners with government entities to meet complex correctional and detention challenges. They frame themselves as a solution provider. CoreCivic claims its facilities are safer than public counterparts and provide quality programming for inmates. These are assertions often challenged by critics. In Tennessee, CoreCivic holds a unique position. It is currently the sole private prison operator contracted by the state. CoreCivic operates 4 correctional facilities within the state of Tennessee. These facilities house a significant portion of the state's inmate population. CoreCivic is poised for potential major growth in the coming years. This growth is particularly anticipated in the area of immigrant detentions. The company recently received significant contracts for immigration and customs enforcement facilities. These are located in Kansas and California. CoreCivic's operational practices have consistently faced criticism from various groups. These criticisms often center on safety and staffing. Tennessee state audits have repeatedly found deficiencies in staffing levels at CoreCivic-run facilities. These findings are documented over multiple years. Audits have noted alarmingly high turnover rates among staff at CoreCivic facilities. In 2023, turnover reached 146%, compared to 37% for state-run prisons. Employee surveys conducted within CoreCivic facilities have indicated that staffing issues make jobs feel unsafe and more dangerous. Staff report feeling overwhelmed and vulnerable. Data compiled by researchers suggests inmates in CoreCivic prisons are approximately twice as likely to be killed compared to those housed in state-run facilities. This disparity is stark. CoreCivic disputes the methodology used in comparing aggregate death rates between their facilities and state-run ones. They argue the comparison is not statistically valid. Tennessee state lawmakers have responded to the growing concerns regarding private prison performance. Legislation has been introduced and passed. Legislation now mandates a 10% reduction in inmate populations at private facilities if their death rates double that of state facilities. This provides a potential consequence for poor performance. Core Civic currently meets the threshold for this mandated population reduction. Their death rates trigger this legislative requirement. Trousdale Turner Correctional Center, a specific Core Civic facility in Tennessee, is under particular scrutiny. It has been the subject of numerous negative reports. The Department of Justice has launched a formal investigation into Trousdale Turner Correctional Center. This indicates serious federal concerns. Trousdale Turner has been plagued by persistent violence. Reports include stabbings, assaults, and multiple murders. Incidents of sexual misconduct and the presence of large amounts of contraband have also been widely reported at Trousdale Turner. These issues point to a lack of control. Core Civic states it is fully cooperating with the Department of Justice investigation. They indicate they are providing all requested information. Core Civic claims that the safety and dignity of inmates are among their top priorities. They assert their commitment to humane conditions. Recent events, including a riot involving up to 200 inmates, indicate ongoing and significant safety concerns. At Trousdale Turner, the situation remains volatile. Emergency personnel were dispatched with alarming frequency to Trousdale Turner. They responded 47 times in the first 6 months of 2025 alone. The lawsuit filed by Matthew Vogel's family alleges that specific staffing and placement decisions contributed directly to the tragedy. They link operational choices to the outcome. Vogel's cellmate, Travis Bess, had a documented history of extreme violence. This included killing a previous cellmate in another facility. The lawsuit claims that Bess's risk rating was inexplicably reduced. It allegedly went from a 4, indicating the most dangerous classification, down to a 0. An attorney involved in the case suggests a computerized risk score was overridden. This override allegedly occurred without proper explanation or justification. Experts in corrections and criminal justice suggest that private prison companies may prioritize cost-cutting over adequate staffing and security measures. This is seen as an inherent conflict of interest. Cost differences exist for housing inmates based on their custody level. Data from states like North Carolina shows higher costs for maximum security inmates, requiring more resources. The ACLU suggests that private companies are ultimately beholden to their investors. This pressure can lead them to constantly look for ways to cut operational costs, potentially impacting safety. Core Civic's CEO has publicly expressed excitement about future growth opportunities for the company. They see potential for significant expansion. Nearly 90% of all U.S. immigration and customs enforcement detainees are currently held in privately run facilities. This represents a massive market for companies like Core Civic. As Core Civic expands its operations, the need for accountability and improved safety standards becomes increasingly critical. The human cost of potential failures is immense.